right, welcome back to the Swap Shop. I'm John Mann, and we are going to step away from our phone calls right now as we do every Tuesday morning for our Temple Tuesday segment. Remember, you can always learn more at templeshows.com, but we're welcoming in Gavin Paymer and Peggy Taphorn. They're going to talk about the upcoming season at the Temple Theater. So we're going to go ahead and turn things over to Margaret. Good morning, Margaret. Somebody about taking a midnight plane to Houston. I wrote that it is kind of a country song. Then he sent it to a guy named Sonny Limbo in Atlanta, and he wanted to cut it with Sissy Houston. He asked if he minded changing the title to Midnight Train to Georgia, and I said, no, I don't mind, just don't change the rest of the song. So there's Midnight Plane to Houston or Midnight Train to Georgia. Well, we're going to step aside from our phone calls here for a few minutes and welcome in the team from the Temple Theater. You may think of Abbott and Costello or Laurel and Hardy, Desi and Lucy, Sonny and Cher, the Captain and Tennille, Elton and Bernie, George and Gracie, Loretta and George, Johnny and June, Bogey and Bacall. They're all right here, all in one with Gavin and Peggy. So we're going to go ahead and turn things over to Margaret right now. Good morning, Margaret.
Good morning, John. Why don't you say the three older Temple teens, Gavin, Peggy, and Margaret? Right. We got it.
Exactly.
And when he was doing Midnight Train to Georgia this morning, I thought about my debut. You know, the enrichment said I had a fundraiser over at BPOE, and of course I was Gladys Knight.
Excellent. And we could have been your reps.
See, that's how
Man down.
Shocking it was.
Yes.
But I did have 3 pips that night, and we did Midnight Train to Georgia, and my 3 pips were, well, Dr. Jeffrey Love, William Johnson, who they call Balloon Man,
Yes.
and
Mr. J.
my favorite person, the late Jeff Ward. He could dance.
Aw.
They all wore Afro wigs, and they got it on.
Excellent. Dr. Love is my neighbor.
Really?
Yes.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They're my good friends.
Right
Her daughter
across
is
the
my
street.
daughter.
Really?
Yeah. Well, we're glad to have you this morning, and now we've done the Midnight Train to Georgia. John, are you okay?
I'm okay.
Good.
I was a little worried for a minute.
No injuries.
Okay. Well, we've got Peggy and Gavin, and they're going to tell us all the good things that's going on. Now, the country music show, I understand that was a blast from start to finish.
It was a blast. It was such a great cast, and people had a wonderful time. It was a great way to end the season. We just wanted to end it with something happy and upbeat. You know, Faith Bardell, who was on with us, is a hoot.
I'm sure she did something very good.
She would
Every night
she was amazing. Yeah, she would drop her pick one night, stop in the middle of the song. She would like step on a chord or whatever. But it was amazing to see her sort of in her element because the last time, because she literally can handle anything that comes at her. She was so amazing. And then she would sing and play and be amazing in the songs and get right back into the songs. And it's a totally different thing that Peggy and I have been away from for a long time because we've both done like solo shows. But to see Faith be able to, off the cuff, talk about something or something that happened and then sing as well as she did, I mean, that was pretty fun.
And it was really cool because she thanks the Temple for all that training.
Well, she was a Temple teen?
She was a Temple
Yes.
teen, and she kept telling the teens that when she started the Temple teens, kind of like Patrick Holt, who literally was so shy, he would just look down all the time, and Tom Dalton would say, "Fly ball," he'd look up.
Yeah.
And Faith said she was the same way. She was very introverted, very shy, and
You would never
Tom
know
and
it.
I worked with her. She's not that anymore.
No, she is not.
And now she's moving to the beach to start a sort of coastal career, as well as her touring. You know, she plays in Vegas and all that. So Faith was great. Andrew Crow, his fiddle
All of them.
playing, was
The
worth the price
names
of
were
admission.
worth going just to see these people are in the studio. They're in the Temple tonight.
That's right.
They're going to turn everybody on.
Exactly, and the teens did a great job. That was their final performance as this year's teens. We'll be having auditions for next year's Temple teens this summer. So any young people that are interested between the ages of 13 and 19, let Elise Timbers, who was on last week, our fabulous director of education, know, and we'll get you an audition slot. And we're now gearing up because our summer camps start on June 7th.
Yes.
That's right around the corner.
It is right
It's-
around the
yeah,
corner. Hard to believe,
yes.
but true. So we're making costumes for Emma. They're kind of doing a Bridgerton thing with Emma, which is our advanced musical theater. for teenagers, and there's still a couple of slots left in that camp.
Correct. Yes, there's a couple of slots that left for Emma, and it's the Jane Austen Emma, but it's done with all pop music. So there's Dinah Ross and the Supremes. There's
It's
Cyndi
80s
Lauper.
pop.
It's
It's my kind
80s
of
pop. It's 80s kind of pop, but it's great for teenagers. So you're telling a Jane Austen story with like a new twist, sort of Clueless meets,
Right.
which is what Clueless is based on.
Now, are there scholarships for kids who really want to be a part of the temple?
Absolutely. We've gotten some great scholarship. We have a scholarship from Pfizer, which is for BIPOC students. So, anybody who's interested, call Elise. We'll arrange a scholarship. And we also have other scholarship money. So, yes, we never turn a person away.
No.
Even if we didn't get these grants, we would still accept everybody. Because that's what the temple does. It's for the whole community. We just did a great fundraiser with El Refugio.
Yes.
And raised a bunch of money for them
whole
and for the temple.
Well, there were 4 winners. There were different categories of winners. The person who raised the most money, the best singer, the best performer, like who got the crowd going. So there were 4 winners. But our 2 temple teens that participated did an excellent job, and they raised a lot of money for the temple, which was really
But what
great.
I think I was confused. I just sent the check because I thought when you send the check, it's split between all of the.
It kind of is. El
It is.
Refugio hosted it, and then they invited other nonprofits like CUOC. Teresa Dukeli was there. There was Oscar Hernandez, who's J something. It starts with a J.
Yep.
Yeah, but he's moving away, isn't he?
He is moving away, but he
done so
competed.
much.
He competed, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it was just a great event. It was well done. Angel Mills organized it all, and she did a beautiful job putting it all together. So again, we really are trying to reach out to all the community as Sanford grows.
And you're
and
doing a good
changes.
job doing it too. You're
Well,
reaching
we're
out
having
to-
fun, and so we want that to extend to the young people.
Mm-hmm.
So again, if somehow you've missed it, we are starting off with Treasure Island, which is for 8 to 18-year-olds, and then we're bookending the summer with 2 big camps of that. And then we do the Grunch for we call them our Littles Advanced Camp, so that's 8 to 12-year-olds, and that's kind of based on the Grinch story.
Yeah, but it has a musical theater twist. There's one little 6-year-old, 6th grade, who doesn't like musicals or plays, and so he's going to steal the school musical. And so it's based on the
That
Grinch.
should be-
Yeah. And
It's
Yeah, but I
really
think you
funny.
wrote that.
I did not. It's from this company called Beat by Beat Press, who we've gotten a lot of musicals from, and they write them specifically for this age group of kids. And they're very creative. They have music that's sort of derivative of things that are familiar, and so we've been really fortunate to have that resource for this age kids, because this next generation coming up for us are the ones to look out for, because they
do kind of like Pixar.
Yes.
So there's always little gems in there for the parents.
for the parents. Yeah, exactly.
They're kind of throwbacks, and really
you would
funny.
have to do that because we would be lost. Now tell me, did I read somewhere that we're trying to get an amphitheater at the Depot Park?
I don't know. I haven't heard that.
I think I saw that in some of my paperwork, and it came to mind.
Even nicer than we already have,
Well, I don't
because
know.
there is the stage there.
The stage is there.
Maybe it was just some additions, and I think when it caught my eye, I was thinking about the one in Moore County where they're trying to put together. And then we used to have one at Stanley Park,
Right.
And I don't think that's used anymore. I forgot the last production.
Yeah, I
watched
don't think
was
so
there.
either.
It was very good, but some people enjoy going under the stars.
Sure.
And watch a show.
No, that'd
at
be
night.
great. And often we would do our Shakespeare summer camp
Yeah.
in Depot Park, but no matter what weekend we chose,
It
it
rained.
rained.
Yeah, it rained every single time. The last time we did it, I think we were like ankles deep in mud, and we're like, yeah, we got to take this indoors. Yeah.
So we are doing Shakespeare again this year.
We're doing
Yes.
Shakespeare again this year. Again, there are slots available. That's for predominantly teenagers. And then we bring in guest artists to work with the teens. We'll do like a stage combat day. So it really is, that's sort of our most educational camp.
Correct.
Because
That's the
there's
most
so
intensive.
much to learn about Shakespeare, about the language, about how to scan a sentence.
Yeah, that's a 3-week camp, and that's As You Like It this year.
Oh, as you like it that. No,
Mm-hmm.
I did like that one. I did like
You studied that one too.
I did like that one. Now, I think we've already got we've been told what the new season is bringing. But for some people who are just listening this morning, would you go over that again?
Sure. We're kicking it off with our most requested show ever, which is Jason Petty doing his Hank Williams show. And, Jason was my first show when I came to the temple.
Oh, really?
The first show I produced was Beehive, but I didn't have anything to do with the casting or any of that. And then in the fall, it started with Jason Petty, and then we did Annie, which are two of our biggest sellers of all time.
Yeah,
we're still trying to get
again.
Annie. I know. We have
We're
the kids
trying
for
to do it,
It's
yeah.
we just need to get the rights for it. But Jason Petty is coming back, and he is thrilled. You know, they haven't worked in a year. So he was really excited to get the call. He's really excited to bring that show back. Then we were bringing back our ladies that we had to cut short because of COVID to do Steel Magnolias for 2 weeks.
That one, yeah.
And then we're taking it down to the Sunrise for a weekend down in Southern Pines. Then we're bringing back, yay, everybody's favorite, A Christmas Carol.
Yes.
And it's been 3 years now. Usually we do 2 years off, 3 years on,
Mm-hmm.
but last year we didn't get to do it.
But this year with Christmas Carol, we're doing. New costumes. We have new costumes, and we spent the
Really?
past year refurbishing the set, so it's a whole new set
Right.
The
that we have.
costumes were always, I mean, it was worth going to the temple just to look at the costumes.
Well, just you wait.
Well, just Alex
because
is
Alex is putting his spin on it. He's been working on them now for
Yes.
a year and a half.
a year and a half.
Because we were hoping to do it last year, so it's going to be even more beautiful than
And we'll be able
ever.
to bring all
We've
the
got a
people
new
back in the-
ghost
A new
of
ghost.
Christmas
Oh,
Future that
yes.
was made by a puppet maker. Someplace in Atlanta. Is he in Atlanta?
Yeah, I think he's in Atlanta.
So we're getting the new ghost delivered, so it's going to be great. I can't wait. Peter Battis is coming back as our Scrooge. He's retiring. His
He's
day
wonderful.
job was he was a therapist.
Really?
And he's retiring from that. I was like, well, you can still work on me.
Get in line.
Working with the
yeah, if they
70
have extra
kids.
money, have people to go behind the stage during intermission, and you can
Exactly.
work on you.
He really
Just
could.
drop the money in the basket for the temple.
That's right. Good idea, Margaret. I didn't think of that.
We're always trying to find ways to raise money.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then in January, we're doing Driving Miss Daisy, starring Linda Clark, our favorite. And then we're taking that to Ashboro, because that's a co-production with Rhino Leap Productions. Then Church Basement Ladies 4. And
A
what's
Mighty
the-
Fortress is a basement.
Because I
Peggy
always
likes
say
to
the
make
title
A
wrong.
Mighty Fortress is our basement.
basement.
Peggy likes to make up names. We were doing the Valentine's show, and she called it everything but the name of the show. We started the country show. She
Well,
called it everything but the
Well,
name of the
church
show.
basement ladies, that fits.
Yes,
A
she was
Mighty
like, our
Fortress is our
basement is
basement."
a fortress. It's like, Peggy, that's not even a church hymn. Like so, but A Mighty Fortress is our basement.
Right.
Yeah.
And
I'm
so all the
looking
ladies are
forward to
coming
that
back
one, yeah.
for that one.
Now, who's playing the part in Driving Miss Daisy? Who's the driver?
Well, I've offered it to a great guy. His name is Sonny, who teaches at Fayetteville Tech. Because of his class schedule, he's trying to work it out because we're doing it at the temple and at Rhino Leap
Okay.
in January. So it kind of depends how his school year goes. But he's great. He is a motivational speaker. He's an activist. He's an educator. He went to Stanford. I mean, he's
Yeah.
he's the real thing.
He's the real deal.
So I would
That'd be
love if he could accept it and do that show with us. After Church Basement Ladies, we're bringing Lisa Dames back, so we'll bring her
Yes.
on the air.
We love her.
Yeah, we love her. She was our Patsy Cline a decade ago now. But she still does Patsy all over the country. And so this one is just two people and a live band. And it's basically a true story that's based on her. She started this like pen pal relationship. Remember when that used to be a thing?
Right.
With this fan down in Texas. And then she goes and plays in Texas, and she gets delayed because of weather. So she ends up staying at this woman's house, and they formed this friendship. And then they wrote letters for like the next 30 years. Yeah. They became really good friends. Well, not that long because she died, but until the day she died. So it's a really neat story, and it's very funny because the woman is kind of a character. And it's just a great story about friendship and interlaced in all these funny little anecdotes are great Patsy Cline songs.
Okay.
So-
you got a great lineup this year.
Yeah.
I mean, everything you've mentioned, I'm familiar with it, and it's the kind that I want to see. I want
Right.
to go. And now the people will be able to go in, right? Do you still have a limit on the number?
We are
of people
hoping
that
by
can
the
go in?
fall that we are free and clear. Right now we're still under the mask mandate and still under the social distancing
Well, that's good.
because of the
That-
indoor gathering
that's
and because of
good.
the number of people. So like we just did Kelly's Dance over this past weekend, and usually they do 5 recitals that are jam-packed. Well, because we were at 100 seats, We did eight recitals in one day.
We were shoving people out, spraying the theater down, pushing them in.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll just bring my chair and sit them. I'll never forget the year they did the Embers. I think it was.
Yeah.
The Embers Christmas show.
They're coming back as well.
Well, there was a man who brought his wheelchair right in the aisle, and there tried to tell him that he couldn't sit down. He said, "I paid my money."
Well, luckily at the temple we have a lot of wheelchair designated seating, and then we have other places where we can accommodate up to about 6 to 8 people in wheelchairs. So hopefully that won't be an issue. But the Embers are coming back for their Christmas show. Sweet Potato Pie is coming back. Greg Gelb is getting booked, so we're going to have all kinds of... Ed Asner
I was going to say, the
coming.
biggest of all,
Ed
Ed Asner is coming with this.
Finally, we've booked it. Yeah.
You're gonna book that. You're gonna rock the house that night. You're gonna have a full house because Ed Asner. Hey, that's the guy we see on TV.
Well, he was supposed to be here this spring, but he was filming Elf 3.
Elf 3.
And then we tried to get him in somewhere else, but then he was filming another...
Holiday movie.
he was doing a Muppet. He was doing the
Yeah,
Muppet
Muppet
movie, the new Muppet movie.
Okay.
So
So-
he's still out there and
he's 92 years
yeah,
old.
still working.
And he just wants to work. He literally, his daughter is his manager, Liza, and she was the most persistent one. I would get an email a week. Hey, when can we book Ed at the temple? I was like, really? We're in the middle of a pandemic. But she just kept going, and she's like, he can't sit still.
Yeah.
He just wants to work.
He'll probably live a long time because he can't.
That's right.
But that's in September, correct?
Right,
So,
that
like,
is in
right as we
September.
start off, Jason Petty will be here, and so will Ed Asner. So that's
Yeah.
exciting.
And we have
Great,
other
yeah.
bands that are coming back, so we're excited. And then we end the season with a beautiful tribute to Frank Sinatra, which is called My Way, that Gavin really shines in.
He does it his way.
He does it his way, which is beautifully done.
And that's fun. And it's 4 of the 7 shows that we have this year have live music. So Jason's show has live musicians on stage. Church Basement Ladies has live music. There's a wonderful combo on stage for My Way. And then what's the other one?
Patsy.
Klein has live musicians. And
A
that's a band of
six-piece band.
6, a
Right.
6-piece band. So
Music makes the heart grow stronger.
yeah.
And 2 of our other shows are plays, so there's really only Christmas Carol will be a musical that doesn't have live music, and that's because we have those beautiful tracks
Yeah.
that
We're
were
looking forward
made.
to all of this, and I'm sure our listeners are too. You make it sound so good. You make it sound like I just gotta go. I gotta go.
Well, and everybody that has come back into the temple that sees the work we've done over the past year is just, they're flabbergasted, and they literally, their mouths drop and go, oh my goodness, it looks so beautiful in here, because they've really never taken the time. And I think part of it is the time they've been away, but also to really take the time to look that everything is polished and beautiful, and you start recognizing how beautiful and what a gem the temple really is. Everybody, the Kelly's Dance was it's their 42nd year they've been doing the dance, and they walked into the dressing rooms and were oohing and awing because they've never seen how beautiful it looked. So that was really nice.
Right. So we are ready. So
We're
get
ready.
your season tickets now. Because of what happened the past, year and a half, we are only offering a 4-pass of season tickets, but it's flexible. So if you want to come and see all 7 shows, just buy 2 4-passes and bring a friend to one of them. So we are, again, fingers crossed that the COVID numbers keep going in the right direction. And starting this summer, we're hoping we don't have to do the kids' camps with masks.
Correct.
The whole staff is fully vaccinated. So we just have to see what the governor says on June 1st, and hopefully we'll be free and clear, and away we go.
And we're ready.
You heard it right here on the Swap Shop. Peggy and Gavin, and we're going to have a great year this year at the temple.
Yes,
Thank
we are.
you so much.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks,
Look forward
Margaret.
to next Tuesday. Have
And
a
if you
great
ever
day.
need any pips, let us know.
Right?